tried Dr. Pepper for the second time in 6 years.
Welcome back to The Wave, where we engage in my random curiosities each week and put a business spin on them. This week's topic is Dr. Pepper.
Wow.
But first, let me tell you why this topic caught my eye. I never liked Dr. Pepper.
No.
From the very first sip, I've always associated it with some kind of tonic or a cough syrup which people only drink when they have to, not on purpose. But this week, I discovered something interesting about Dr. Pepper.
Pepsi is no longer the second biggest soda brand behind Coke. It's Dr. Pepper. Yes.
The rise of Dr. Pepper over Pepsi.
It crossed Pepsi in terms of market share. Pepsi. Wow. So it got me thinking, what exactly makes Dr. Pepper so special? I mean, why? As always, we'll put a business spin on things, so here's what we're going to cover in this video in order. Key milestones in Dr. Pepper's fascinating history, a strategic analysis using Porter's 5 forces, an in-depth look of Dr. Pepper's success with the 5 C's framework, comparison of Pepsi's and Dr. Pepper's strategies, predictions for Dr. Pepper's future, and possible recommendations. Now that you know what we'll cover in this video, let's get started on the fascinating history of Dr. Pepper. Let's do it in the form of 5 surprising facts about Dr. Pepper. Number 1. Dr. Pepper is the oldest soft drink in all of America. Yes, in fact, older than Coca-Cola. It all started in Waco, Texas in 1885, where Charles Alderton, a young pharmacist, invented the drink inspired by the sweet, fizzy smells of his drugstore. Apparently, the guy really liked how his workspace smelled. Number 2. There are several theories when it comes to the name's origin, but most noted of them is where Morrison, the drugstore's owner where Charles worked, recommended this name after his soon-to-be father-in-law. But unfortunately, Morrison never did get the girl, but the name stayed on for centuries. Number 3. The original Uncola. Dr. Pepper's secret weapon isn't just in its name. Did you know that it's technically not a cola? Yes, that's right. They call it the Uncola because it has its own unique flavor profile, 23 to be exact. Number 4. Dr. Pepper's most famous tagline boasts 23 flavors, but the exact flavors still remain a closely guarded secret. That's right. Theories range from familiar suspects like cherry to vanilla to more bizarre possibilities like prune juice and licorice. This playful mystery adds to Dr. Pepper's quirky image, don't you think? Number 5. Marketing magic. Dr. Pepper's marketing has always been so different. Unlike other sodas with their fancy commercials, Dr. Pepper focused on directly connecting with its people. Free samples, giveaways, local events, they're all about building a community of Dr. Pepper superfans. They position themselves as more than just soda, that Dr. Pepper is an experience. To understand Dr. Pepper's surprising success, we need to dive into the competitive landscape of the soda industry. Here's where things get a little bit strategic. We're going to use a framework called Porter's 5 forces to analyze the competition Dr. Pepper faced and how they've navigated those forces to climb up to the top. If you have not watched it already, my first video on Birkenstock actually talks about this framework in detail, so you can check it out in the comments below. Alright, let's use the Porter's 5 forces, a tool to analyze industry competition and see how these forces have played out for Dr. Pepper's rise. There's 5 different forces that we're going to look into in order. Number 1. Threat of new entrants. I would say this is moderate due to brand loyalty and established distribution networks of major players like Coke and Pepsi. Cracking into this market requires significant investment and brand recognition. Number 2. Bargaining power of buyers. It's going to be pretty high in this industry with retail and consumers' ultimate decision to buy. Retailers can influence pricing through shelf placement and promotions, but consumers have a wide variety of options, including healthier alternatives. Number 3. Threat of substitute products. It's going to be moderate and high and growing due to the increasing health consciousness among consumers. Consumers are turning to bottled water, sparkling water, and other healthy beverages, putting pressure on the traditional sodas. Number 4. Bargaining power suppliers. It's going to be moderate in this field. While sugar is a key ingredient, there are alternative sweeteners, and soda companies have the leverage of large purchasing volumes, so it's pretty moderate. Number 5, rivalry among competitors. It's going to be pretty high, with established giants like Coca-Cola and Pepsi constantly innovating and battling for market share. Smaller brands and regional players also contribute to the competitive landscape a little bit. Alright, so after analyzing the soda industry forces with Porter, it seems Dr. Pepper has been a real fizzy fighter in this competitive landscape. Their Uncola brand and quirky marketing may seem like a gamble, but it helped them stand out from the cola giants. Plus, they catered to younger audiences and hopped on this health-conscious wave with many sugar-free options as well. Basically, they played the game smart and came out on the top. So, Dr. Pepper's been a real strategic mastermind in the soda wars, navigating those competitive forces like a champ. But what exactly made them such a successful brand? Let's take a closer look using another business analysis tool called the 5 C's of marketing. So the 5 C's that we're going to consider are customers, company, competition, collaborators, and context. Analyzing these factors can reveal the secret behind why Dr. Pepper rose to the top. So let's do that. For customers, Dr. Pepper's target audience isn't just about demographics. Their quirky marketing campaigns often tap into niche interests and fandoms, creating a sense of belongingness and exclusivity. In terms of company, Dr. Pepper always marched to the beat of his own drum. Unlike many other sodas, it wasn't always part of a big beverage company, although now it's owned by Keurig Company. This independent spirit for much of its history has definitely contributed to its unconventional approach and focus on differentiation among the cola giants. In terms of competition, Dr. Pepper competes in a pretty saturated market with cola giants like Pepsi and Coca-Cola. But its unique flavor profile and the Uncola branding, like we talked before, definitely helps it stand out. Dr. Pepper's marketing strategies emphasize on its distinctiveness and appeal to a niche market. For collaborations, apart from utilizing celebrity endorsements, Dr. Pepper also partners with unexpected collaborators. Collaborating with BuzzFeed to reach a younger audience has definitely helped boost this campaign. These strategic partnerships showcase their willingness to think outside the box. They've also leveraged a strategic distribution approach. Dr. Pepper has partnered with both Pepsi and Coca-Cola's distribution networks, ensuring that their presence is on all the shelves wherever these major brands are present. Genius move, right? This strategy places Dr. Pepper within the established soda landscape, offering itself as a viable alternative to the cola giants. The beverage industry is evolving with increasing health consciousness among consumers. Dr. Pepper has adopted by offering diet and zero sugar options, maintaining relevance. Additionally, their ability to tap into social media trends and engaging younger audiences through platforms like TikTok ensures that they stay connected with evolving consumer preferences and market dynamics. Have you ever watched any of these Dr. Pepper recipes on Instagram or TikTok? Comment down below what your favorite recipe is. We've definitely cracked open Dr. Pepper's marketing can with the 5 C's, and it's clear that they've got a winning formula. But every hero needs a pretty good supervillain, right? Pepsi, its major contender in the cola wars, also has a strong presence. Let's look at Pepsi's top 3 weaknesses to see where Dr. Pepper has definitely overcame them. Number 1. Pepsi heavily relies on traditional marketing methods like TV commercials and celebrity endorsement. But in contrast, Dr. Pepper excels with its quirky social media campaigns and targeted approach, effectively engaging a niche audience and leveraging modern marketing platforms. Pretty good, right? While Pepsi struggles with a clear brand identity, often trying to appeal to a broad audience with various flavors and endorsements, which can come across as quite scattered, Dr. Pepper's Uncola image is distinct and consistent, making its brand easily recognizable and appealing to its loyal customer base. Finally, Pepsi's distribution network might not be as extensive, competing with the other cola giant Coca-Cola, but Dr. Pepper partners with both Pepsi and Coca-Cola's network, giving it a wider reach, making them more readily available to quench your thirst for something different everywhere. Alright, so we've seen how Dr. Pepper has cleverly navigated the soda wars against Pepsi, but the beverage landscape is constantly evolving. So what's next for Dr. Pepper? Okay, so here are my two predictions for how Dr. Pepper might be growing in the future and definitely taking over the industry. Looking at you, Coca-Cola. Prediction number 1, expanding beyond soda. Dr. Pepper has definitely conquered the soda market with their unique flavor profile and quirky brand image. But what if they offered the Uncola experience in a whole new way? Imagine stepping into a world of Dr. Pepper flavored sparkling water. The lighter, bubblier option could be a game changer, attracting both health-conscious consumers who still crave for a hint of Dr. Pepper magic. Or they could collaborate with ice creams or frozen yogurts and even partner with established syrup companies to create their own limited edition Dr. Pepper flavored delicacies. Wouldn't you try something like that? Prediction number 2, international expansion. Global markets are often dominated by beverage giants like Coca-Cola or Pepsi. These companies have their strong presence, brand recognition, and established distribution networks through vertical integration in many countries. So, Dr. Pepper would need to find a strategic way to compete through deep market research and adaptations in target countries. It needs to establish strategic partnerships with bottling companies like Coca-Cola or Pepsi and/or use Dr. Pepper's quirky marketing as a strength to be adopted by a global audience. So, there you have it, folks. Dr. Pepper's journey to the top is definitely a testament to the power of staying true to your brand and keeping things interesting. From their secret flavor profile to their Uncola rebellion, Dr. Pepper reminds us that a little fizz goes a long way. Now, who's ready for some bold flavor innovation? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite brands. If you've loved this breakdown of Dr. Pepper's rise to the top, hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss another video.